Good evening, everybody. I'm Mr. McPhee, and I'd like to welcome you to our spring Mick Band concert. You are in for a wonderful treat tonight. It's always great to be able to hear the progression from the first concert of the year to the second concert of the year. And it's a special night because it's also our eighth graders' last concert with us. Aww. So they have worked really hard over these 4 years. I do hope they take their passion for music on with them into high school. So you're in for a wonderful evening. I am going to turn it over to Christy Whittlesley, our Director of Fine Arts, for a few words before we get started.
Thank you very much. And I want to acknowledge we are really lucky here because we do have such a supportive administration. Thank you, Principal McPhee. Thank you, Ms. Martin, hiding in the wings but providing support from back there. Also, a couple other quick thank yous, and as I'm doing that, please make sure that your cell phones are turned off and look around and find the exit signs. First, thank you very much to Chelmsford Friends of Music. They're set up in the lobby. They are a wonderful parent support group. If you've got any time to contribute to this organization, it's much appreciated. And we'll hear a little bit more about how Chelmsford Friends of Music supports our students later in the program. I also want to thank Telemedia. If you look around, you'll see there are several cameras tonight. We're not only taping the show, but it's being live streamed on the McCarthy Facebook page for the McCarthy Band. So it's all happening live. Very exciting. So thank you, CTM, for that. And finally, thank you, families. As you see on the back of your program, Chelmsford has recently, for the 6th year, been designated a best community for music education in the United States. And that is not only because of these great students and their dedication and our very hardworking faculty and supportive administration, but it's also because we have fabulous community support from you, and thank you for everything that you continue to do to support these students. And now, please join me in welcoming Mick Band under the direction of Mr. Wright.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had, 8 soloists on that piece, so let me see. So Josh Moore, Jack Dorsey, Narissa Aldaya, Carter Lindbergh, Jassy Dukes, Sean McNulty, Bennett Prees, Sol Kim, Brian Miller, and Bryce Batchelder in the back. So our first piece, that was A Few Good Men. This is McCarthy Jazz Band, also known as McJazz. Our next piece is going to be a swing tune. It's called Cheesecake. It's written by Dexter Gordon, a very famous tenor saxophone player. We're very excited to play it for you. Thank you again. All right, thank you very much. We love kicking off the concerts with the McCarthy Jazz Band. These kids only meet once a week, and they had to put on 3 concerts. One was our winter concert. The other one was a jazz-specific concert for the McCarthy Jazz Band, Parker Jazz Band, and the CHS Jazz Ensemble, where we got to work with a clinician. They've experienced a lot this year. We focus on not only playing various arrangements of different styles, but also improvisation. As you heard in the first piece, we experiment around a lot with that. And it takes a lot of bravery for them to stand up and solo and really create on the spot, which is what they're doing. And the last soloist, by the way, on that piece, again, was Jack Dorsey on tenor sax. And before we play our last piece, and then we'll get off the stage, I do want to recognize that this is a young group. Although it's large, it's getting larger every year. We are running out of stands. We only have, I believe, how many 8th graders do we have? We have 2 8th graders that are going to be leaving us this year. One is Ben Blute on trombone and Nick LaCava on drum set. So we're going to miss them a lot, but as you can see, we have a lot of numbers, so it'll probably get bigger next year if any 5th graders want to join us. We meet Tuesdays after school. So our last piece is Soulful Strut. If you don't know the title, you may recognize it once you hear it. It's a pretty famous tune. We hope you enjoy it. This has been the McCarthy Jazz Band.
During the transition here, I'm going to welcome up Mr. Barker. He is a Chelmsford Friends of Music representative, and he has some news about some scholarships. So come on up.
Tonight, I get to do one of the things that the Friends of Music most like to do, and that is give out camp scholarships. These are to help defray the cost of attending a camp, a summer music camp. So I wanted to say we only have 2 this year, but applying is fairly simple. What we ask for is a short letter from the student, maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs, just describing what music means to them and why they would like to go, why they chose to go to this the camp that they chose. Okay, so the other requirement is we require 4 hours of Seafoam volunteer hours, and that generally is to help us with our fundraising activities, like helping out. You've seen the candy table in the lobby. We asked for help for that, and also we have a monthly bottle and can drive, which is coming up this weekend, by the way, on Saturday, right behind McCarthy. That's really simple. So I encourage you all to think about that for next year. But so without further ado, I have 2 scholarships this year. One is for Sol Kim. If you could come up. Sol is attending University of Rhode Island Music Academy. And the second is Kayla Carlson, who's attending Miss Lacasse's flute camp. There she goes. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. My name is Allie Lacasse. I'm the co-band director of the McCarthy Band Program, and we are so excited to celebrate the year's worth of hard work with our 5th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade and McJazz. I often say that our rehearsals feel like concerts. We treat every day seriously. We have the pleasure of listening to your children progress and grow as humans and musicians every day in the classroom, and it's our privilege and honor to do so. So our 5th grade band, this is their first concert at the PAC. Back in November, they had their debut concert as an ensemble, and it was incredible. And we have been working extremely hard, broadening their musical literacy and their skills and their technical abilities, and we have 4 quite interesting and diverse pieces for you tonight. And I will make a comment about the last piece. It's called Prehistoric Suite. It's a suite of 4 movements, so it's kind of like a musical chapter book. So what we will do is we will do a brief pause between each of them, but we'll ask that there's silence in the audience, so there's no applause between the movements in Prehistoric Suite. Thank you very much, and here's McBand 5.
So I'll speak once again before our final piece. This group has worked incredibly hard. They meet every day. The most challenging thing about 5th grade and 6th grade is that you meet in half groups. So before the concert, I think last week, we finally met as a full ensemble and practiced all of these pieces. So it's pretty impressive. It's very difficult to double the size of your ensemble and play together and play within the dynamic and volume structure that we want to work in. So they've done an excellent job not only preparing their concert, but also handling that last bit of pressure in the final 2 weeks before their first McCarthy Band concert in the PAC. So they've come a very long way as a group. This final piece, we like to play a variety of styles. The final piece is a multi-movement work. So there's 4 movements, and it's also a programmatic piece. What that means is it tells a story or represents a message of some sort. So this one is called Prehistoric Suite, and it specifically has to do with dinosaurs. So the music that you're hearing is supposed to represent a different dinosaur. The first movement is Stegosaurus. Is that right? The second movement is Brontosaurus, the one with the long neck. The third movement is Pterodactyls. And the last movement is a battle scene, kind of like between the T-Rex and the Triceratops. Noted rivals in the dinosaur kingdom. So we like to play this piece, first of all, because it's fun. Second of all, because it's educational. When we play a multi-movement work, there's usually no clapping in the middle, so there will be a brief pause as we switch characters. But please hold applause till the final battle scene. You'll know that when you hear it. So this is the 5th grade band once again. much quicker transition this time. We're going to have the 5th grade go off this direction. 6th grade, if you could make your way and up those stairs, that would be great. Thank you very much.
Okay, so behind me is McBand 6. They also have been working extremely hard this year. In the Blue Book, they've been experiencing some faster rhythms, more intervals, so larger spaces between notes, a lot more different keys and new accidentals, so a lot of just music theory that we've been introducing in this class, and as you'll hear in the music, it's all quite different from each other, and they're very diverse in their style as well. So the piece that we're going to play first, I'd just like to give you some inside information. We just passed it out a few weeks ago, maybe a month, and they worked extremely hard, and they have it ready to go for you tonight, so it's super impressive, and we really hope you enjoy the Big Circus March, McBand 6.
right, thank you very much. This is our final piece. It's called Silverbrook, and then we'll get the 7th grade up here. Once again, the 6th grade concert band. So this is from the McCarthy PTO. Thank you guys so much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, so we still have 2 groups remaining. So 6th grade, you're going to go down those stairs. 7th grade, make your way up these stairs, please. Thank you so much, 6th grade band. Okay, so this is the 7th grade band. That piece, I felt like it was important to start that piece without an introduction. That's a piece that was written, the composer wrote it for 2 sisters who ended up perishing, unfortunately, and passing away when they were very, very young, and they were both very much into the band. One of them played the flute, and one of them played percussion. So that was represented by Sarah Bulazek on the flute solo and Hope Zhao on the bells in that piece. This group, so 5th grade band, I'd hate to like call you out, but you were talking like throughout that entire piece. So if you could not speak when you're in the audience, I think we should model behavior for the rest of the audience, if that's okay, right? Understand? Thank you very much. Okay, so the next piece we're going to play is called Bright Sunny Days. It's by Andrew Boysen. Very complex piece, mixed meter. Which means it goes from 2 beats in a measure to 3 beats in a measure to 4 beats in a measure. It's all over the place rhythmically. It's supposed to represent the final day of school. So you can hear the clock in the tempo blocks, and it's supposed to be kind of the wacky celebration of the student as that last bell rings. So I think we can all agree with this piece, and we're all excited for June 22nd, not June 29th. So. Okay, so that was our 7th grade band. At this time, so we're doing 2 combined pieces tonight with the 7th and 8th grade band at the end. So they play their 2 pieces. Now we're going to have our 8th graders come up on the stage to do their part of the performance. And then we'll do the combined part of the performance as the finale of the evening. All right, so we'll do a quick transition, but 7th grade band.
just before we invite the 7th graders to join us one last time, we want to say a special word to our 8th grade band members that are up here. It has been an honor to work with them for the past 4 years. I remember their first day in 5th grade, and I remember going through the Red Book, and I'm sure you remember Hot Cross Buns and Smart Music and buying reeds and valve oil for the first time. And I hope that everyone in this room that are attached to this 8th grade group realize how special they are and how far they've come and how important their music education has really served them and the community and just the entire school in general. They've made McCarthy a positive place to be. They've created beautiful art in the rehearsal room when people aren't listening except for us. They've fundraised for this program. They've played national anthems at UMass Lowell and all over. And we're just so incredibly proud of them. So Mr. Wright and I would just like to honor them with just one gigantic round of applause. Okay, and they may be leaving McCarthy in a few weeks, which is unbelievable to us, but please know that the band room is always your home. Please visit and come to concerts and say hi and share with us everything that you're doing in high school because we are so proud of you. All right, 7th grade, are you ready to finish this? Come on up. Okay, just a quick program note about this piece. Thank you. This piece is called Mazama. It is a programmatic piece of music. It's about Mount Mazama up in Oregon, and it was a volcano that erupted and imploded on itself, and now it's one of the world's deepest lakes. And it's a beautiful site out in the Pacific Northwest, and this piece of music depicts the entire event. So you'll hear some non-traditional sounds and some singing, and we're just extremely excited to present this very difficult and fun piece for everybody, Mazama.
Hello, my name is Ellen Ingwin. I'm from the 8th grade band. So before we play our last piece, we'd just like to say a couple words to Mr. Cass and Mr. Wright. Mrs. Cass and Mr. Wright, thank you so much for directing our band for 4 years. We've all grown so much as people and musicians since we were in 5th grade. I still remember our first concert when we played music out of the Red Book. We've come so far since then. We've made so many memories together as a band, like going to clinics, bowling, and getting stuck in a bus repair place for 2 hours after our bus broke down. None of it would have happened without your constant hard work and caring personalities. You both push us to be our best. It's been a great 4 years, and it's been a privilege to have such great directors. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we are truly, we're truly very fortunate to do what we do. It's, the essence of all of it is that we love teaching your children, and we love music, and both of those kind of combine perfectly into what is an amazing job. And this town is an amazing town, and the support that you guys, sitting for a couple hours to listen to middle school music is not always the greatest experience, but we have such talented, and we have one of the top programs in the state as far as I'm concerned, as far as the support from the community. So thank you. And that really happens with, it's interesting being an educator and a coach and a lot of different things, and Miss Lacasse and I, it's just fun to watch this happen. We've been working together for 5 years, and this year especially, the amount of talent and the amount of dedication from parents, from students, from the town has been really, really heartwarming for us, and kind of to see it all come together and see the inspiration and passion in all of our students is really, truly amazing. And the fact that they love to play music is enough. But they play music really darn well. So we're going to finish up the concert with another more cinematic movie type piece. This one's called Atlantis. And it's another programmatic piece where it's about adventure and a journey, and it's our final piece of the evening. So I won't say anything after we're finished, but thank you so much for everything, and thank you to all of the students for a wonderful performance tonight. Yes, I wasn't reminded of this, but in order to have one of these types of programs, you need the unbelievable support of our administration, especially Kurt McPhee and Donna Martin, and the amount that they work with the schedule, the rehearsals. We ask for extra things with rehearsals and time, and they really do their best to cultivate a musical experience for your kids. We are very, very, very lucky to have a principal and assistant principal like those two in our schools. So we should definitely give them a round of applause for everything that they do.
I have to be honest, I could not take any of that applause. I don't have a musical bone in my body. You know, I might try karaoke once in a while, but what I can tell you is, as far as middle school band programs go, you're not going to get a better middle school band program than we have here at McCarthy Middle School. And so I got to say, we're incredibly blessed to have both these co-directors, Ms. Lacasse and Mr. Wright.
Lastly, I'd like to thank our amazing department coordinator for everything that she does every single day, handling the ins and outs of our department, managing a lot of things that allow us to do what we do. Christina Whittlesey for everything that she's done as well for us. Thank you so much. And lastly, our superintendent, assistant superintendent, Jay Lang and Linda Hirsch for everything that they've done for us and this community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And here we go, final piece. Have a great night. We'll see you next time, next year.